Hey guys, it's time to do a full review of the new Samsung Galaxy S8. I'm probably the most excited Galaxy S8 guy on YouTube because I've been talking about this phone for so long and it's finally here. And in this video, I'm going to be doing a full review of this phone, talking about everything you need to know about the Galaxy S8. Should you buy it? Should you upgrade from the S7 Edge or S7 or not? Or should you go for another phone? We're going to talk about everything. And for those of you who are wondering about the unboxing video, that will come later this month once the pre-order / retail official versions come to the market. So yeah, let's get right into the Galaxy S8. And this is actually the orchid gray color, so it looks super stunning and it kind of has this purple look to it in some lighting conditions. Okay, so the main question that I'm getting from you guys all day long is that, is it worth upgrading from the Galaxy S7 to the S8 or from the Galaxy S7 Edge to the S8 or to the S8 Plus? So the answer to that question is yes, it is worth upgrading from the Galaxy S7 Edge, the S7 family, or if you have any other Galaxy S6 or S5 model, it is absolutely worth upgrading to the S8 because this is an end of an era. You can see there is no home button. This is a completely different game now. All the future flagships, the Galaxy Note 8, the Galaxy S9 won't be having the home button. So Apple is also getting rid of the home button. This is now getting all, so this really is an end of an era. These were the phones. This was a phone. This also was a phone. And this is the phone. Freaking Undertaker retired. I mean, it really is an end of an era, a beginning of a new chapter. So yeah, my answer to your question, is it worth upgrading? Yes, it is worth upgrading from the S7 or S7 Edge to the S8 to the S8 Plus. But there is a but. If you don't want to upgrade, if you want to stay on your Galaxy S7 Edge because it's still a great phone and it's still pretty fast, although I'll be doing a speed test with the Galaxy S8 in the upcoming video, so please subscribe for that. So it is still pretty fast, it's still pretty futuristic, and it has the same camera as the Galaxy S8. So if you want to still use your Galaxy S7 Edge, you can do it. I respect that decision, and then you can later upgrade to something like Galaxy Note 8. So yeah, with that question being answered, let's get right into the full review. So starting off with the build quality of this phone, so it is looking very similar to the last year's Galaxy S7 Edge. Of course, from the back, it does have this new addition of the fingerprint scanner, which is basically an immediate risky decision from Samsung because we heard that it will have the fingerprint scanner in the front of the display at the start, but they couldn't do it in time. So now it is on the back, and it is a bit of a weird position, to be honest, because when I'm holding the phone with my right hand, I can easily, unlock my phone like this. But when I'm using it with my left hand, most of the time my finger is on here, and then I just move my finger like this, and most of the time I have my finger sliding through the camera as well, which makes it a bit more fingerprinty. So that can actually affect your pictures if you're capturing photos from the main sensor. So yeah, that's what something I've noticed, a bit of a flaw with the Galaxy S8 design. And again, this is something that I will get used to after using it for some time. And in comparison to a 5.5-inch iPhone 7 Plus, you can see it looks and it feels a lot smaller. Like, it really is a really handy phone. And like I said, that the Galaxy S8 would be a perfect choice for most of people because it is having a big display while being incredibly handy. So if you take a look at the bottom of the phone, we got the USB Type-C, 3.5mm headphone jack, and the speaker. On the top of the phone, we get this tray along with the microphone hold. So this tray is of course for the SIM card and micro SD card. On the right side of the phone, we have the power button, just the power button, and on the left we get the new Bixby button along with the volume rocker. And again, on the back we got the fingerprint sensor, the camera, and the heart rate sensor. Compared to the last year, the heart rate sensor feels like it is underneath the glass. I mean, I can definitely feel the sensor here, but it's like it is under the glass, like you can't feel it with your finger. So that is a good thing because now you can only feel the camera and the fingerprint sensor when you're going to move your hand around it. So yeah, that's a bit of a change that I've noticed around this part. And of course, we do have that Samsung logo on the back, a bit of a numbering thing here at the bottom with some Galaxy models. So now let's take a look at the display, and holy moly, this is amazing. This phone is coming with a 5.8-inch Quad HD display, and by default it has a resolution of 2220 by 1080p, so you can increase the resolution to 1440p in the setting if you want to, but I'm using it on default because I want more battery life. So yeah, it is looking pretty sharp, and as you can see, we do have the new navigation bar buttons, so the back key, the home key, and the multitasking key, and you can actually change the colors of these keys in the settings. You can change the position. A lot of tweaks are there with these nav bar keys. My god, this display looks amazing, and the best part of this display, of course, is playing games on it, watching YouTube videos. The experience is amazing. When you're watching YouTube videos, it actually allows you to have that full screen experience, and that's really going to change the way you use your phone, the way you enjoy the content on your phone. And I mean, to be able to praise this display, you really have to see this phone in person. I mean, it looks absolutely insane. Of course, we do have the curve now, and it's a bit different from the curve of the Galaxy S7 Edge. You're not going to be able to, you know, have that random touches compared to the older models. So it's much more, you know, responsive to the actual touch from the front, not from the sides. The display wise, it is absolutely on point and my favorite on the market right now. Under the hood, we get Exynos 8895 plus 4 gigs of RAM or Snapdragon 835 plus 4 gigs of RAM. It is a absolute beastly combination. You're going to have a really, really good fast experience with this phone. It's not going to lag or anything like that. Of course, I'll be doing my speed test and my gaming comparisons in the future videos, so please stay tuned for that. But yeah, in general, you're not going to be facing any lag. It also does a very decent job in benchmarks, quite high actually compared to the Android department, and the highest when it comes to the Antutu benchmark, even higher than the iPhone 7. So I have to say, I mean, this phone is actually really, really fast, and I don't really rely on the benchmarks because I'm more of a real life test guy, real life speed test guy. So I'll be doing my testing on the channel. Again, please subscribe. If you talk about the software, it's coming with Android 7.0 Nougat, and it's called as Samsung's Experience UI now compared to the TouchWiz UI, so the name is changed. And I've done a lot of reviews of this UI on the older models, and it's very similar to that, but there are a lot of new changes specifically for the Galaxy S8. First of all, there is a big change to the always on mode. Now you can basically double tap the time, and that will allow you to take a look at your music, so you can, you know, change the music or play and pause right from here. And of course, you get your normal information. Once you get a notification from, let's say, Instagram or any other application, it's going to appear here, and then you're going to double tap it and interact with it. And then of course, we have this new home button, and as I told you in my leaks videos, that Samsung Galaxy S8 will have some kind of 3D touch, and it does have this 3D touch or force touch ability, you can say. So you can place your finger on this home button, the always on home button. You can press it with a bit of pressure like this, and it's going to take you straight to your home screen, unless you have a pattern or a, you know, or something like a facial thing on. So basically it allows you to go through the home screen or to your pattern page. And yeah, it actually has a bit of a force touch or 3D touch, you can say, and that is a good thing because Samsung can apply it to their, you know, future flagship, like a full-time 3D touch display with the future flagship that would work with third-party apps and all. So yeah, a bit of a small 3D touch thing here that not a lot of people are mentioning. So unlocking the phone, you can see the usual Samsung look is there. You can go into the app drawer. Now there is the ability to hide the app drawer as well as enable it. So I have it enabled on my phone. I'm just going to hold the display. You can see we got 3 options: the wallpaper and themes, the widgets, and the home screen settings. And here you can basically change the home screen from home or app screen, which means the home or app drawer, or only home screen if you want that. You can also change the grid size and the apps button. So in the leaks we saw there was no app button. So I can hide that if I apply it, and you can see the app button is now gone. We also get this swipe gesture like the Google Pixel. So, and of course you do get your split screen multitasking by holding down an application, swiping up, and then of course it allows you to launch more apps. Let's say if I launch the gallery, and you can see that it is launched up pretty fine. This actually is one of my favorite features from the Android Nougat, and this was something available to Samsung phones for a lot of time. It's not actually something new for Samsung users. So going into the quick setting area or quick toggles area, you can see that we do have very similar look as the older phones. There is a thing called as Edge Lightning here that basically, you know, shows you the notification. The edge kind of lights up. We also have the blue light filter, which is like a night mode. We get the power saving tool, the mid and the max. So you do have the ability to downgrade the display just like the Galaxy S7 and the S7 Edge. And of course, you do have the secure folder, one of the best software edition with the Samsung phone. With the torch, you can basically control different levels. So a lot of things have been changed. And of course, swiping here, you do get the Hello Bixby or Bixby Home screen, which is having all your cards, all your news, what's trending on Facebook. You get all that stuff. And of course, you can turn on location to allow Bixby to do more stuff and provide you more information. And you can go into main settings of the Bixby, and basically if you want to disable it, you can disable that. And these are the current application that it supports, the Bixby cards, and it is getting support for the third-party applications, and it will support a lot more applications in the future. So yeah, the Bixby is there. And apart from Bixby, you also get a secondary AI assistant, which is going to be pretty common on all the Android phones, which is of course the Google Assistant. So that is there, and you can basically ask things like, what's the weather, or what is the name of the president, things like that. So that works absolutely fine. Taking a look at the main settings, you can see that we have a very similar look here, not much change. So I will be doing a separate video talking about the tips and tricks and hidden features. But right now, just to give you guys a quick look here, so we do have a device maintenance tab, one-stop shop for your phone to manage its data, clear up useless files. We also have an advanced feature tab, which is the place where you see all your special features like smart stay, one-handed mode, finger sensor gestures. We got quick launch camera, which is of course now can be done by double pressing the home button, the power button, so the home button is actually gone. So that is there. And of course we get options like multi-window, palm swipe to capture the screenshot, lots of things. And of course my favorite video enhancer, which basically takes the full potential of this beautiful Quad HD display when you are using the media and you're watching YouTube videos, things like that. So overall, the Galaxy S8's UI is actually my favorite. Even before the S8, the S7's UI was my favorite. I like what Samsung is doing with their UI, providing us things like, the theme engine and all that stuff, and a bit more like the stock Android. So we get the touch of all the stuff. The Galaxy S8 is a pretty security packed phone. So we have the fingerprint scanner and the facial recognition scanner and the iris scanner. So basically you can set them all up at the same time and make your phone ultra secure. So if I go into lock screen security, you can see we have the screen, face recognition, fingerprint scanner, and the iris scanner. So fingerprint scanner actually works pretty fast. Let me just quickly show you guys the speed here so you can see. And same thing with the facial recognition sensor. It is absolutely fast, like Samsung says. And I've actually tried to bypass it by using a method, by capturing that photo on a different phone, and it didn't work. And I've seen a video where it did work, but with my Galaxy S8, it didn't work. So for me, it's actually pretty secure. And then of course we have the iris scanner, which we have seen on the Note 7. And I don't really have to use the iris scanner because the facial recognition is really fast. Taking a look at the camera on the Galaxy S8, it is the same as the last year. So a bit of a processing thing have been improved, like it has a better image processing. So the features in the camera UI is also very similar apart from the new Bixby integration. We do have the new Bixby Vision button here with the camera UI, which allows us to scan some objects in our view by pointing the camera at these objects. So if I quickly scan this little iPhone, the iPhone 7, you can see it is giving me these two options for the image and shopping. So pressing on the image is going to show me some stuff related to that, and same thing you can do with the shopping thing. So yeah, this is something that will be perfected in the future with some updates. Doesn't work that much well at the moment because Bixby is just in its infant stages, I guess. And swiping to the left will give you all your effects, and swiping to the right will give you all your modes. So you have the Pro mode, panorama, lots of great things going on here. So we also have an improvement on the front camera. It is now 8 megapixel with autofocus. So overall picture quality, like I said, is same as the Galaxy S7. I'm actually pretty impressed by the S7's camera. I honestly wanted a dual camera sensor, at least on the Galaxy S8 Plus model, but that didn't happen. And that will happen with the Note 8. But currently, this is the camera we have. But with that being said, this camera is still really great. You get great quality pictures outdoor. The colors are absolutely amazing. You get great pictures indoors as well. We have f1.7 aperture for that, and same thing with the amazing autofocus while recording the 4K videos. So let's take a look at that. So lastly, if we talk about the battery life on the Galaxy S8, so it's coming with a 3000 milliamp hours of battery, and the S8 Plus comes with a 3500 milliamp hour battery. So for me, it has been really stable. Like, I haven't seen any major drop in the battery percentage, even with the full brightness and Wi-Fi all the time. And it's giving me around 15 hours of usage, very similar to my Galaxy S7 Edge, maybe a bit better. But yeah, I have to say, I don't travel that much. So for me, if it's giving me 15 hours of usage, that is actually pretty good. But then again, I'll be doing a separate video on the battery topic for the S8 and the S8 Plus and share with you guys my experience. Genuinely think that it should not be a big concern for people who are actually going for the Galaxy S8 or the S8 Plus and they're concerned about the battery, because they've done the right optimization. So for me, it has been great for the usage I had. And again, I'll be doing a separate video for the battery topic. So right now, I have to say, if you want the best of today, the best of this era, the new era, then the Galaxy S8 is the phone to go with. Definitely worth your hard-earned money. So yeah, that was my full review. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And again, for all the Galaxy S8 content, please subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.